I'm Dave Finnegan, the first Green Actioneer, but certainly not the last. And my wife Thelma and our son Davy are the inspiration to the Green Actioneers Family Action Guide and the Family Action Program that's delivered through elementary schools. Thelma and I have discussed the idea of living sustainably ever since I visited her village in the Philippines over 50 years ago. It had no electricity, paved roads, or running water, but the people were happy and healthy. They lived in balance with nature, and now we must all focus on that. So the problem we're working to solve is how we can live in balance in the modern world. At the heart of the program is our Green Actioneers Family Action Guide, a 266-page large format book with over 100 actions that families can take to save energy and help us all have a clean and green future. Creation of this book and the school program has been a group effort. Here's one group from among over 70 students in Professor Plate's sustainability classes at University of Central Florida who've worked on the book and the website. Here's another 12 student co-creators of the Green Actioneers project, plus Professor Richard Plate. And at the start of the quarantine, when we had the help of 20 interns. And in spring of 2022, when we had another 22 interns, half of whom worked remotely. Getting here has been a 60-year process, starting with a degree in anthropology from Cornell, 5 years in the U.S. Army, 10 years designing family planning programs in East Asia, getting a master's in public health from UC Berkeley, studying for a PhD at the University of Washington, visiting over 2,000 elementary schools with our one-day program Juggling for Success, and speaking on hundreds of stages. Then I developed and presented Climate Changes Elementary, also an all-day program, ending with Family Night. Now at the age of 80, I get the opportunity to bring all my experiences to this important problem. Green Actioneers Family Action Program is my legacy project. The Green Actioneers Family Action Guide is designed to save energy, save money for families, and save the planet for kids. Here are two of over 100 drawings from the book, created by our marvelous artist, Jim Haynes. We'll empower families to initiate green actions at the household level, many of which are free or save money for families. The guide helps families organize green actions at the school or at the neighborhood level. Families can use the Green Actioneers Family Action Guide just as Boy Scout troops use the Boy Scouts Handbook as a guide to organize and get to work. This model works and has been tested for over a century. We have the advantage now of having the internet to spread the word and to collect and disseminate what we learn. You might think of our Green Actioneers workbook as the Green New Deal for households, or as Drawdown for families. Actions range from free ideas like taking a family picnic instead of eating at a restaurant, to raising bees or butterflies, or planting trees. They can range to expensive actions like installing solar panels or buying a 100% electric car. We follow three diverse families: Bobby's from downtown, Lakeisha's from the suburbs, and Ken Chen's from the countryside. Their kids are all in the same classroom at Watson Elementary, and each family takes steps that make sense for them. Bobby's family lives in an apartment in the inner city. Lakeisha's family has a big house in the suburbs with a 3-car garage. And Ken Chen lives on a mini farm on the edge of town. Finally, we meet Awanita, whose name means little fawn in her Native American language. Her family is part of a hidden community, a native village that's been in the area for thousands of years. They guard the headwaters of the river that runs through the town. They're not just sustainable, they're regenerative. After Awanita's community elders see how the students at Watson Elementary have worked to transform the larger community, they let Awanita join the other children who visit her village and bring the Native American lessons to the school. Throughout the book, on the left side of every two-page spread, is a description of the action in English and Spanish and a word search or crossword puzzle for the older kids. On the right-hand page is a coloring book for the youngest kids and a relevant quote from somebody notable. Kids love the search feature to find the aliens in every picture. They're from Muga, Make Our Universe Green Again. In each school, a green-hearted parent or teacher or an outside presenter becomes Professor Green and goes to every classroom during the day with a stack of books, giving every student a chance to fall in love with the book. They learn that they can get a book if they come to family night that same evening. Families come to school that evening for Green Actioneers Family Action Night. After going through the book in a fun and gamified way, every family takes a book home and gets to work. Reinforcement in the school is simple. You set up a bulletin board in the hallway or cafeteria, and students put up Post-it notes telling everyone what they're doing to go green. This program will start in the 22-23 school year and will quickly spread nationwide because it's timely. I undertook a tour of trade shows in summer 2022, including homeschool conventions, state librarian conventions, environmental educators conventions, the National Elementary School Principals Convention, and both California and Florida PTA conventions. I discovered in this summer-long tour that there's a huge thirst for this program, particularly among PTA parents who want to urge educational leaders to act. Our target in every school is that green-hearted PTA parent who wants their community to become more sustainable. They will bring the program into their schools. On pages XI and XIII in the front matter of the book are the 18 steps that our green-hearted parent needs to take to successfully bring a program to their school. Our first school is Turtle River Montessori in Jupiter, Florida. We'll be meeting on Zoom for training every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. After discussing the program, participants can go into breakout sessions by geographic region or other criteria that they suggest. There are areas where we could use help with staffing, technology, and funding. We want our website to become the Wikipedia of green action for families. We'll add QR codes and links to vetted green suppliers to the book. We'll set up a system so those suppliers give discounts to families and rebates to schools when families make purchases. And of course, Green Actioneers gets a finder's fee for that referral. Also, we want to create a Green Actioneers app for the phone that families can use when they go into Lowe's or Home Depot, Ace Hardware, Target, Walmart, or Costco to identify our partner providers of energy and water-saving products and services who agree to give the consumers discounts and give their school rebates when they make energy and water-saving purchases. Once we have proof of concept throughout North America, we go worldwide by displaying in October 2023 at the Frankfurt Book Fair, where international rights are sold, and in November at the COP28 in the United Arab Emirates, where eager environmentalists from every country will be found. We'll bring into the program the vast network of traditional green organizations and individuals, like environmental foundations, and influencers with green blogs and podcasts, each of which has a database of email addressees to whom they can promote the book and the school program. We'd love to partner with them. And of course, the traditional bookstores, many of which are online, and some of which even have a green focus. And we need help to create a program to partner with traditional organizations for youth. And we want to connect with the more recently formed and youth-focused organizations as well. Why is all of this so important? Over half of the energy used in North America is consumed directly or indirectly by families with our transportation, our heating and air conditioning, our lighting, our appliances, the food we eat, and the stuff we buy in stores that may be made and shipped in from far away. But most of the work that's being done to cut energy use nationally, regionally, and locally is focused on industry, commerce, and government, not on families or individuals. With our program, change will bubble up from individuals to households, neighborhoods, the city or county, the state and nation, and to the entire world. The key concept here is that if families can be persuaded to act, not only does that awaken the next generation, but parents work in businesses, industry, and government agencies that will need to change as well. So by working with families, we're working with the entire society. This project is especially important now because families have not yet been persuaded to make significant changes in their lives in order to go green. Perhaps that's because people don't usually act out of fear, but will act out of hope. Neither our book nor our program mentions anything scary, like climate change or global warming or sea level rise. Instead of emphasizing how bad things might be if we do everything wrong, we emphasize how great things will be when we do everything right. Our mission is to get a copy of the book into the hands of every family in North America in the decade of the 2020s, regardless of their political or spiritual point of view. We expect families to go through the book together and make plans for what they're going to do. Families can act at home as never before and go green after quarantine, looking in the book for free things we can all do, and they work their way up to the more expensive and impactful actions. The book costs $5 in quantity. The cost to the school is $15, which includes shipping. They will sell the books to families for $20 and keep $5. We make about $5 on each book. In summary, we have a minimum viable product. It's been endorsed by schools nationwide. You can help us find schools, find other organizations, help us get agreements and QR codes for the book, help us create the app that we're going to use to identify products in stores, help us bring the book and the program to other countries and other languages, help us make connections with nonprofits and charitable organizations, and help us get booked on TV, radio, blogs, and podcasts, and to get print publicity. Families will go green with our Green Actioneer program, saving energy, saving money for parents, and saving the planet for kids. We're looking for team members who are passionate about this issue, so please contact us for more information. Become a Green Actioneer, and you too can wear the Green Actioneers cape. And help get the Green Actioneers workbook into the hands of families and the program into the schools and other organizations. Please contact us with your ideas. Thanks a lot. I'm Dave Finnegan, the first Green Actioneer, but certainly not the last.